It's the one and only KGJ, and you can catch me on Straight Facts, brought to you by BM Media and Currency Entertainment. Let's go.
Straight Facts.
Back at it again. You already know Soft on the cut.
Yes, sir. And your boy Ace in the building. Today we have popular Ottawa artist KGJ in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming, brother. It's an honor.
Thanks for having us.
I appreciate y'all for having me.
The man is responsible for popular hits, such as First Dose, Young Rondo with 3M French, and his latest banger, On a Mission, right? Featuring Local City.
Yup.
That one was nice visuals, I seen those, They were very nice visuals on the boat. He also stars in the hit series Cold Southern Blocks.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
So thanks for joining us, brother. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
It's a lot.
Thank you.
So when did you first start rapping, and what made you start rapping overall?
Okay, so when I first started rapping, that's a question that I can break down into 3 different sections. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So basically, I've been rapping. My dad would always tell me at 3 years old, I was memorizing songs, singing and rapping them all the time, right? So I've been rapping for a hot minute. Now, then there's when I recorded my first song. That's when I was 7 years old, right? My dad took me to a studio, mm-hmm. and then I recorded my first song at 7 years old. I think it was called Baller Squad. Yeah, it was with my dad and someone else. And then I'd say from that point forward, I was just a kid, right? So I didn't know if I wanted to do it or not. I was going back and forth, and I'd say 2018 is where I'm okay, yeah, this is where I'm gonna really, really take it serious. I was back and forth on it for a bit, but 2018 is no, we're gonna keep going forward. And I say the person that inspired me to do music is actually my dad as well, right? Because he was an artist as well, mm-hmm. coming up, and then just seeing him in the studio doing all that, it made me want to do that. It's inspiring, seeing someone chase their dreams is inspiring to me.
Definitely, for sure.
And what was your favorite subject in school, man?
My favorite subject in school? That's interesting. I say my favorite subject in school was a specific class, is technology class, right?
Right.
And then they computer and sciences, something like that, right? Mm-hmm. And the reason why I like that
in high school.
Exactly. Yeah, I was in high school. The reason I like that one so much is because it actually taught me how to make a video game. And it's I know it's a random thing, but now I
That's not a random thing.
I know I have random knowledge.
Right.
Yeah, it's a big
not
skill
random knowledge. They teach kids this now.
Nowadays,
it's coding and stuff.
There's so many people that make a living off Twitch and stream, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I just want to point out, man, you're wearing orange. I'm wearing orange.
Yeah, I really like the style, bro.
We didn't talk to each other before. Cody didn't call me.
It wasn't planned before, I promise. No, I didn't.
It's not a setup.
But I feel bad if I feel left out, bro.
You should have gave him the memo.
I got the cup though. It's okay. I came strong still.
Yeah, sir. You got that little purple. Okay. Music class. What was your favorite instrument and why?
Okay. I'd say my favorite instrument gotta be the keyboard because of how versatile it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. With the keyboard you can imitate sounds and they sound like the actual instrument.
Yeah.
So that's why I like the keyboard so much, right? Because I'm also a producer. All the songs you heard of me is I produced them myself.
You produced it yourself?
Yeah, I produced myself.
Did you play the piano in school?
No, I didn't play the piano in school. Actually, the instrument I played in school was called the French horn.
Yeah, I heard the question wrong, man. But yeah, that's what we wanted to know.
No, yeah, that was a French horn, bro. Do I still remember how to play it? No, I don't know how to play that thing still.
Man. It is what it is, man. So, what albums did you listen to growing up overall?
I don't really remember too many albums per se, but I know the artists that I've listened to growing up, right? Recently I was just listening to a bunch of T-Pain, and I'm yeah, this was the stuff I'd listened to grow up, T-Pain.
Yeah.
And also 50 Cent. I used to have a lot of 50 Cent songs and Drake songs. Actually no, Take Care. Take Care actually was an album.
Big album.
That was a
that's
big
when
album
I can remember.
Big project.
For sure, definitely. If you have to pick one 50 Cent song though, which one would it be?
Shit, it gotta be. Damn, that's a hard one. That's a hard one.
It's a hard
There's
one.
so many bangers, bro.
It's crazy bangers.
But you
Give
know,
me top three.
Top three. What would
top
you pick?
top three.
3 picks.
Okay. So you know, like the go shawty.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's the favorite one, because that's actually, I think it's like the first one I heard, and I think that is the first song that actually like that blew up. So
it was
you know,
a big song for him,
and then the
definitely.
video is like, you know, fire, revolutionary, right? It was like I think that was like, that's like my favorite song.
I think it is for most people. Honestly, like I think it ends there. Like it's
It might be basic, but it's a banger, you know.
Yeah, it was a
no,
banger
in
at
the
the
club.
time, for
In the
sure.
club, nah. And like, who inspired you to rap?
Like I said earlier, like my father, right? Just seeing him in the studio, making all like these bangers back in the day, it inspired me to do exactly what he was doing, man. Like it's so inspiring. Like I said, seeing someone chase their dreams, wanting to go push something, and once I got in there and I experienced that thing, I knew like, yup, this is the thing for me. This is for me.
No, for sure.
So what was the exact moment that you knew that you wanted to pursue music as a career? Because I know you were talking about like in 2018 you decided to take it like full on, but
it was 2018, because prior to that I knew this is what I wanted to do, but like as I was really young, right? I was like 14 at the time, when I was like really going back and forth on what I want to do and stuff. So you're young, I didn't know like, can I do it? You know, you have self-doubt. But like 2018, like when I started like I reached a point, because I'm as well as producing, I mix and master myself as well.
Okay.
So I found 2018 is where I hit the point where I was fairly good at it, right? You know, I started practicing it at when I was 14. So when I was 17, I hit the point where I'm like, okay, I know how to do it. So I released an EP called I'm Ready, and that was basically signifying like, yo, I am ready to take on like the future of my career. I was 17 years old when I released that, and then from there forward kept releasing music. 2019.
Did you produce the beat?
Yeah, all the beats on there, all
could
produced
see
by
why
me.
like that tech class.
that's
was
a
your
big
favorite
project.
class.
Yeah,
definitely.
See why like
always loved technology and stuff, you know.
right.
But yeah, 2019, I released a track with French, Young Rondo, and I'd say at that point is where things really started getting the heavy momentum
Because
forward.
3M has a following.
Exactly. You know, shout out him, very humble guy. I loved working with him the whole time. You know,
that's great.
For sure.
So when did you perform for the first time, and how was it?
the first time I performed, okay. So me doing my own performance, the first time was in like a talent show in high school, in grade 9. I just performed like one of my older songs, and the crowd was going crazy. You know, school crowd was going crazy.
Yeah, high school cats.
But I used to go on stage with my dad back in the day when he'd be performing like at these big festivals, like the Haitian Festival. I think there's still a video out there. You have to find it. But there's video out there, me just like there, like waving the Haitian flag and shit, you know, just like going crazy on stage. Yeah. So yeah, that I'd say my first show, high school, and I'd say my first like show outside of high school was that it was like a thing that my manager Seta Card put together, and it was Ottawa Youths for Haiti, and it was basically all the proceeds went towards, you know, donation towards Haiti, and yeah, like it was a very nice, humbling performance, and we had a lot of talent there, and yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah,
and what is your favorite song to perform?
My favorite song to perform, okay, so as in my, I'd say the number one song. Actually, I have two. I have two.
You have two.
I have two because like for two different reasons. So first is Young Rondo, because you know that's a classic.
Right.
Whenever I perform that, people know the lyrics.
Right.
You know, it's so fun to perform that. But second, I say is my song 100, because like that song means a lot to me, and maybe it sounds cliche, but whenever I perform that song, the lyrics take over me, because like I speak all real stuff in that song, and it just, whenever I perform it, I really showed the emotion of that
Right.
song, you know, and
Yeah.
that's the two favorite songs I like.
You see, like, does it not show you, like, you know, as an artist, like this, like, distinction between, like, you know, what you really like and like what is a hit? Like, is that hard? Like, you know,
Yeah, I'd say like as
just
an artist.
piggybacking on what you just said, you know, because I asked you for the banger, but you had like you categorized it, you know.
Yeah, exactly, because
It seemed like it was more sentimental to you in that
exactly
respect, yeah.
because sometimes as an artist, especially coming up, right, you can release an album and you think, okay, this is the hit song,
Yeah.
this is what's gonna go crazy, but then another one blows up, and then because you don't know, you
Yeah,
don't
you
really
just don't know,
you
right?
think you know what's the hit, but it might not be the hit. And one time, like, you know, you gotta watch out. I'd say as an artist coming out, you gotta watch out with being too emotional towards a song, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, obviously, like, don't give up on music entirely, but like when you're pushing a song and it's like sometimes you might not think that's like the song that is it, but then another song blowing up and you know, no, I want this song to blow up. You can't be too focused on one. You gotta like keep pushing, keep moving forward, stay consistent, and
Just
things
gotta
like that.
accept the win where you get it, right?
Exactly. You can't be like too picky
Yeah,
with what,
definitely.
you know.
100%.
So, definitely. So what formula do you use when you're writing a song?
Okay, so since I actually have my own studio, right?
Okay, so you have your own recipe.
I have my own studio.
You have your own
What's your
spot.
own recipe?
Yeah.
Okay, so
How do you make it come together?
basically, you know, I write my music usually like on my own time. Like it just be random times. I just be like just writing something down, you know. And then what I do is when I get to the studio, I make a beat for it, right? And then you know I got my own studio and stuff, so basically just record it there, you know. And yeah, it's just not too
Nothing too
like
complex.
you know, nothing too complex. Only time I say it's complex is when I'm writing a song that like really means a lot to me. So I have to really, each lyric means something, and I have to put it out a really specific way and have to get it like the way I want it to. That's the only time it becomes more complicated. But other than that, you know, it's a really smooth process when you have your own studio and stuff, you know.
Follow-up question: which do you prefer? Do you prefer writing or do you prefer producing?
I'd say I prefer like the writing because of like the performance I get to do after.
Yeah.
I do still like the producing a lot because like especially I produce other people as well. So when like the faces like people like faces glowing up when like you're like, oh, my shit sounds so good, your beat's so fire, you know, it's a good thing as well. But then when you get to go in the booth and you're just like performing in there and it's just like you're just in your zone, it's like a great feeling. And then especially when it comes out the way you want it, it's like it's like a dopamine rush, you know. It's great, you know.
It's perfect.
Yeah. And what is the hardest song for you to write and why?
The hardest song, like, what do you mean, like so far? What was like the
I would
hardest?
say so far because you kind of just answered it, right? Because so what is the like so far? What was the hardest one?
Okay. So thinking on my catalog, what would be the hardest song? I'd say like the hardest song I've written was the first song I've written, you know, because like I was just like learning how do I make music. I can rap other people's song, but how do I make my own, right? And I'd say that was the hardest part, was trying to write down lyrics and like it not sound too corny and bad and like cringe and shit, you know, like to make sure that's I say the hardest point. But now
I want to be relatable.
It's easier because I know what I want to talk about, and then sometimes it just flows in. I don't even have to write. I just go in and the lyrics just come to me, especially when it's a specific topic that I know like 100% it's in my head, you know. But yeah, the hardest time was like the
That's
first
what's up.
time writing by myself and shit.
Definitely, it's its
I
own
can
process,
imagine.
right? So we've seen that you collaborate with a lot of artists. What would be your dream collaboration?
Okay, my dream collab. There's a lot of people I want to work with, but let me see. What would be the number one? I say as of right now, I really do want to collab with, you know, the Canada legend Drake. You know, like I say, like right now, that's the person I'd want to collab with. Not only because he's just like, like a cheat code to the rap game, but because I actually genuinely like his stuff, and and it's a legend. It'll be like, it's like an honor to do that, and then finding out he fucks with you, he did a song with you, I'd say like Drake would be the 100%. Feature that's like in my head right now, like that's, I want to get that,
it makes sense because he's the most poppin', and let's be real, it's for a reason. It's quality music. It's amazing, honestly.
He's hustler still too. He's been at it for a long time.
We're talking off the air, about Take Care, like
exactly. Take Care.
It. So
it's an album, man.
What's your favorite thing about the music industry?
Okay, let's see. The favorite thing about the music industry. Like what do you mean, like are you saying, like, what do you mean specifically by that?
In that respect, what I mean is, for you as an artist, a producer, like what is your favorite part that you enjoy as an artist in general?
Other than literally like just making the songs and coming out with it, I'd say performing is like the best part of it all, because you get to see your friends, you get to see the people, your supporters, you see who loves your music. And actually, speaking of that, I have a performance. I'm actually going to be performing live.
Soon?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yep, I'm going to
What is that?
Tell the viewers.
Tell us.
December 10th. So y'all got some time to prepare for the fire that's going to be performing. December 10th. Yes, it's going to be 19 plus.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to be performing in Ottawa. If you follow my Instagram, you'll see all the information when I post the posters and like where you can get the tickets and all that. So I guess I'll show my Instagram out early.
Yeah.
It's KGJAY. Symbol at right there. You follow me there and you'll get to see the info, because the show is going to be shut down, I'm telling you.
Okay. No, we're pulling up.
Some heat to look out for. Definitely, definitely.
100, make sure, we got to make sure I'll pull up for sure.
Yeah. And yo, bro, what are some of the difficulties of being a rapper?
Okay. Difficulties of being a rapper. I'd say like the hardest part when you're like a rapper is when you're a nobody and trying to get people to mess with you, right? I'd say like I actually had a lot of trouble with that coming up, because I was not the popular kid in school, right? Like I had some peers around me who like they were the popular like rap like music peers, right? Like who were like the popular kid in school, and then they get all that like early on like push if they really like you. Like you shouldn't just like depend on that, right? But I wasn't like the popular kid. I didn't have a lot of friends, very small friend group. And just having to start with that, obviously I still had, my dad who was doing music and like helped me push there, right? But still making your audience, I'd say, is the toughest part, especially like if anyone watching this and you're starting out, man, like you might get not even might, you will get a lot of hate comments, and you got to make sure you do not let that discourage you, because it can really get to you. You know what I mean? Like you can be like, oh, I ain't gonna let that get to me. But when you're like flooded with comments, it can get to you. So you gotta train for that. Like mentally prepare. Like people are not gonna like you.
How do you deal with like hating ass comments?
I mean, to be honest, I stopped reading comments at this point. I like, it's like I said, like I've learned to not let it affect me. Like the last time it really affected me was like when around the time I first started, I was young as hell, and then like I had to go to my dad like, Dad, Dad, why do they not like me? I'm doing the best I can.
These hating ass.
I was on the verge of tears. I'm like, Dad, why don't like me, man? I'm like, please. And then he had to explain to me, like there's a lot of haters out there. You know what I mean? And it was one of like the greatest lessons to learn towards the future, and especially since I got that early on, I got the time to mentally prepare for the people who do not like you and who aren't going to like you. What's the funniest part though? A good amount of those people who was like hating, and those I saw them in Instagram DMs, like some when I started really catching a good wave, and it's like because people. aren't gonna hop on your wave early.
So them
you know?
hating ass niggas.
But those are
now they in the
followers,
DMs.
right?
Yeah,
And
now
I
they're
mentioned
followers.
now about the shorties that used to curve you. Now what's going on with them?
Yeah.
Now they on the
The shorty, oh, bro. The shorties, bro.
Explain the
There's
situation.
some
Yeah,
BS.
go for it.
I don't think he wants to explain, but leave it at that. You know what I mean?
Bro, I just say like, you know, you as much as it's nice and the temptations are right there. If I keep just going on that, then I'm gonna be distracted from
Oh,
my
yes,
main
sir.
goals in life.
Facts,
So
facts,
it's
facts.
there, it's there,
Yes.
it's tempting
Yeah,
to
yeah.
go through towards it.
You gotta be
but I'm
smart.
just like, no, bro. But like, I gotta like get this work done. I gotta like
Facts.
find out some new stuff. Like I just gotta focus and keep going forward and not let those distract you, you know, because
Yes, sir.
those will come,
Stay
those will have
focused.
their time. But like I try my best to stay focused and not let that distract me, because I have dreams that I really want to accomplish, and I can't let someone else slow me down
Yeah.
towards what I want to become of myself in my life. You feel me?
Of course, yeah, of course.
Wow,
100%.
it's the quality
That's a
words
fact.
for every man out
Yeah,
there.
Definitely, that's
Oh,
facts. Right, that's actually some real talk, right? Some straight facts.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Definitely. So, in what ways have you seen the rap game evolve in the recent years?
Like just the game itself, or like maybe like the city. Like what would you say?
I would say the city.
The city, okay, yeah, because I found the city, obviously, you know, the rap game, it has its own development. You know, the sound has changed from like the 80s to 90s to like
Definitely.
2010s,
100%.
20s. Sound always changing, but I say in Ottawa, bro, it's evolving. They're getting their traction, because Ottawa, it starts out the music industry like people in like Toronto, right, was like making their buzz coming up, and then Ottawa we're following behind slowly, and we're making moves and stuff. Cause like, you know, Toronto, they have like Drake and a lot of people that came out of there, and then in Ottawa, obviously, you know, we got Belly, shout out Belly,
Shout out Belly.
you know, and stuff. But as far as the underground scene, we're finally starting to get the popularity in the city from the actual city. You feel me? Like the actual city is pushing, like starting to really support their artists, and
Yes.
and we're having shows in the city, and it's just gonna keep getting bigger, you know. And then I always say, like, for people who say like, Ottawa, there's nothing to do out here, you have to make the things instead of just complaining about it.
Yeah.
We just gonna make
Make it
things, and that's the
happen.
guys who
Yeah.
are putting in the work. People are like starting to see Ottawa's coming up, and like you might want to hop on the wave now before it's too late.
No,
'cause
there's
Ottawa,
that's big
bare Ottawa
facts.
artists on Spotify playlists
Yeah.
for
Exactly.
Canada. We're getting recognition out there, you know what I mean? In Dundas Square, you know what I mean? But you know what's funny? Belly even said it. You remember when is it Local City that made in Dundas Square like a billboard?
I'm not
No,
I'm
artists
sure so.
recently.
I think-
But Belly just tweeted right after, like, with a gold champ. Something like, I'm paraphrasing. It was like the hardest city to make it out of.
Yeah.
That's what he mentioned.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
do remember
Remember
that.
that too?
Well, I mean, you know, All Cap Yao, right?
Yeah.
They had the album Love Us Now or Bandwagon Later, and then there was billboards
Yeah.
in the city, you know, like there was billboards here and there, right? Like with Love Us Now or Bandwagon Later, that's another part of the Ottawa history that's like being pushed out there, because like, you know, it's like you know the page, right?
Definitely,
And they
definitely.
put a bunch of artists together.
All Cap Yao?
Yeah, All Cap Yao,
Yeah,
exactly.
All Cap Yao, yeah, yeah.
Executive produced like
Yes.
a great album, and yeah, like, and soon you're gonna be seeing more and more.
It's very interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What would you do to make a rap better? You know, like if you were like able to do anything, right?
Wait, say that one more time. Sorry.
If you were able to do like, what would you do to make a rap better if you were able to do anything?
Oh, okay. So like, are you saying like specifically in terms of a song?
I would say specifically in terms of a song, correct?
Yeah. Okay. To make it better, you know, maybe like, you know, listen to it a couple times and see like, okay, is this way you're saying this, is it really the best way to say it right here? Is there a better way you can say it that could maybe get more people understanding? Because sometimes you might say something and then it's like, okay, yeah, you're saying a good message in this song, but then just like you were saying a second ago, that's some powerful words, right? I could have worded it differently,
Right.
and it might have not impacted you guys as much as the way I worded it. So
Essentially.
sometimes wording, you're like, yo, you might have to just pick up a dictionary and thesaurus. You might have to pick up a thesaurus and just like
Definitely.
see different words that might be way more impactful than the actual words you might be using. That's why I say you can make a song better.
Definitely.
If you're trying to like push a message,
It's
maybe,
essentially
you know?
how relatable are you to your audience, right?
Yeah.
Definitely. So what do you think is the key to being a successful rapper?
I'd say the key to being a successful rapper is to be consistent. If you get lazy, and that's, I mean, you can be lazy when you're already successful, like, you know, especially if you have a good audience, you know.
Yeah.
But if you're coming up, you cannot be lazy, because like the people, as fast as they known about you, they can forget about you just as fast.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yes, sir.
You can't be lazy. And you
Cold
just
game.
stay consistent. Like, even if you have a flop, don't get like discouraged. You just come out with another one, you know?
Yeah, it's a
that one could be the
consistency
it.
game.
Like that, or that could be the one, you know?
Yeah.
So consistency.
Definitely. That's important, right?
And what do you think is your best rap song of all time?
That is not an easy question to answer. That. My best, I'd say, because I got a lot of unreleased songs. I say like some of my best ones is best work is stuff that hasn't even been released yet. But
Right.
as far as the ones that have already been released,
That's unless you want to let us know, unless you want to do an exclusive on Straight Facts.
no. I'm gonna give y'all the one that's been out. I'd say again, I guess there is two. There's two again,
Yeah.
and it's for personal reasons, not
for
like
it.
of like, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I'd say Celebration, which is on that
that?
Love Us Not Our Bandwagon Later tape with All Cap Yao. They featured me on there. Celebration, because I talk about a lot of real stuff in the song, systematic things, the way like the people go about in the city. Like if you listen to that song, you'll hear every line is something that you can take and like learn something from it. Especially like, you know, first and second verse, you listen to that, it's just and it's a nice smooth song, and I sang my heart out on that song. And I'm bringing it back again, 100, because
Why
of
is
how
that?
much that's the song I was saying earlier I love to perform.
Yeah.
Because
Why is
of sorry?
Hey, why?
Oh, because it's again really real song, but it's more on my personal thing. So Celebration, like I said, it talks about like outside of like me, not just me, but like the way the world be going outside of me. And then 100 is a more personal story to me. So I'd say that's some of my best work because that I've released so far, because of how much I express certain things, right?
Yeah.
So that's to me personally. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Sure do.
definitely. It's a great way for your audience to connect with you, right?
Exactly.
So definitely. So what are your top 5 artists of all time?
Top 5 artists of all time.
I know who's number one on your list.
It might be who you think. What were you thinking, Drake?
Yeah,
You're thinking Drake. Huh?
I
Yeah.
mean, Drake. Honestly, I think is the GOAT for real, bro.
He is.
Like,
He is the
let's
GOAT.
be
He is the
honest.
number one rapper. Bro's like passing pop artists and monthly
Yeah,
listeners and stuff.
definitely.
You know, it's like
has a
he's
big
part of the
following for a
reason
reason.
rap is like the number one genre. I'd
Yeah.
say he's or no, not even I'd say he is the reason why. But my top 5 is a different story.
Facts.
I'd say
Okay.
I'd say he's like. I'd say he's in there, but like maybe not number one.
Right.
I say for number one, because I've been a fan of him for a hot minute. I've been listening to him. I'd say Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, okay.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, that's a
And
good choice.
There's the OGs, right? But I don't listen to the OGs as much. And
Yeah, a lot of OGs are pissed.
yeah. I know.
Like, Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah,
Wait a
I know.
minute.
What?
Now listen, the OGs might be cheesed about that, but you got to see where I'm coming from with it. Now, maybe Kendrick Lamar isn't obviously the youngest youngin', but like the way Kendrick Lamar is talking about, it's stuff that is updated to me, something that could relate more to me coming up. It's like especially the stuff he talks about as in black people, right? As a young black man coming out of the city. I can relate to the stuff he talks about, especially with his most recent album. It's more updated. It's more stuff that I can relate to. And the OGs, you drop some fire stuff, and y'all are the goats. Okay, you know what? The OGs, y'all are in your own category. Y'all are in your own category. I'd say, okay, you guys are in your own category. But and then like as far as those new guys, yeah. Well, Kendrick Lamar is that new, but you know.
Yeah, right? I know what you're saying. Definitely.
So we got, Kendrick Lamar, got J. Cole, right?
100%.
And I say Drake, and then the next answer is like I'd say XXXTentacion, because of a lot of his story, the way he does his music. Rest in peace, right? I loved all the stuff he did. And
who rounds up to 5?
Number 5. Okay, there's a lot of artists, but like I say, like one that I really like, and then like that I listen to a lot, it'd be Tyler the Creator. Like I really
Tyler the Creator.
Tyler the Creator. Yeah. Actually, I really fuck with a lot of his work. Especially
I know Zoe would not be impressed. it's a different type of rap. What category would you put Tyler the Creator in for rappers? Like I think there's a name.
Wait, you're talking about old or new Tyler? Because old Tyler was like he was just like a weirdo, just trying to express himself in very messed up ways.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And new Tyler, he's showing a lot of his talent now, especially with the album Igor. He shows a lot. I say he shows a lot of like what he can do instead of just rapping. Yeah. He goes in a different lane, and that's why I mess with him, because he's not afraid to express himself. He doesn't give a shit what you think. He would just express himself the way, and I think I really like that a lot, because I myself, I want to try my best to stay true to myself as a human being, and then just seeing him just do what he wants to do and not care what people think. I find that a great thing.
Let's get into it, man.
Yes.
A lot of rappers dream to get millions of views, bro.
Yeah.
Like you've accomplished that with the video First Dose. Right, so congrats on that, brother.
Thank you.
Real talk, bro. Like, how many broskies want to hit millions of views, right?
Yeah.
So, how does it feel to reach that milestone?
Honestly, it feels so good, because of when you work hard and you accomplish that hard thing that it is, as much as 1 million views. Because when you break down 1 million, that's a lot.
That's a lot of people.
Even 100K. You know what I mean? It's so many like views. It's like sometimes it's even hard to like comprehend it. And it feels so amazing when you hit that, because of like, especially when you work hard on something, right? Let's say you do a test, like you study so much and you get like 100 on the test. It's something that, especially when I saw it, just like refreshing when it's at the 99999, just like, and when it hit it, it's like it feels so good, and it just pushes me to want to get 2 and 3, 4, 5, 10, 100, get that hit, get that plaque. You just want to keep moving forward, stay true to myself, and constantly just push the narrative that I want to push. And yes, wrap it up. It was one of the greatest feelings to hit that milestone, because it's not an easy milestone. And if you haven't hit that, if you're watching this, you want to hit that milestone, you can do it. I know everybody says that, but like you can do it. Okay,
you got to push that positivity, right? So with that being said, have you ever said no to an opportunity, and if so, why did you decide to say no?
Good one.
I don't know. Am I allowed to talk about this? Let me see. It's the Dream. What's her favorite? The Dream Doll one.
Yes.
All right, got it.
You was young. So
I had to check in. Make sure.
Facts.
All right. All right. Okay. So I'd say an opportunity. The only one that I said no to is there's this female rapper called Dream Doll, and I had the opportunity to work with her. But this is at the time I was like 16 or 17 years old, and I was like obviously it's an amazing opportunity, but I was like, the age I am, and then the way that our music is completely different, I wasn't feeling like this is like the type of thing that like I want to push right now. You know, it's not my thing. Like obviously now I'd take that opportunity. I'm about to be 22 years old, right? But when I was like that young, I don't know, I wasn't feeling like that was the right feature for me. So that's why the only reason why I turned it down. But other than that, no, there hasn't been anything that I've turned down.
Right. And how do you determine what to charge for your services? What's your rate? We want to know your rate.
Talk to the manager. Talk to the manager. You want to know? Ask him. And he maybe he'll answer that for you.
all right. The DM is in the email is in the DM, right?
Yes, sir. It's all there. You want to find out? You can find out. You just message the manager. It's right there.
Yeah. No, most definitely.
So, what accomplishment would you consider the one that you're most proud of in general?
I'd say bringing back the 1 million views because
views.
it's it's a hard thing to accomplish, and I'd say hitting as much of a big milestone as 1 million. Yeah.
I think you've done some great stuff, man. You've got some great features with big artists and stuff.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's comparable to the 1 million views. Sometimes there's guys that like can't even get big features. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if it's like, let's say you're not able to get those big features, that shouldn't be what you only depend on. You know,
right.
The only person you should depend on is yourself, and then if you 100%. Keep pushing yourself, obviously I was fortunate to get those, but like you can keep pushing yourself and pushing. Right? Actually, I had a song that blew up like on streaming platforms. It was one of my old rap songs. Like,
what's it called?
And it was called Neat, and it was just like it basically randomly blew up, and it was just me I barely did any promotion. It just a big Instagram page heard it, and then they just like basically posted it like for free.
Yeah.
And the song just blew up, and then that's literally just talent getting you something, right? Yeah. So you don't need, like, even if you don't have the opportunity to get those, you just keep pushing, work and do your research on the game and stuff. You can do it without it as well. That's basically what I'm just trying to say.
There's a lot of different avenues that can make it work, right?
Find your lane and go in it.
Go for it. Yeah. Definitely.
And, tell me about the most influential people in your life, and how they impacted you.
I'm gonna bring it back once again. I'd say my dad, my father, the one, he is the most influential person to me because he's always been there. Literally, he's always been there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Since day one. Yeah. He's always been there since day one. So yeah, and he inspires me because, like I said earlier, like seeing him do the music, I just knew that that's what I wanted to do as well. You get me?
Yeah, that's
great, man.
If you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be?
That's a deep question. Yeah. Well, I'd say like it would be the music, because that is the thing that I put the most effort in. The thing I want people to always remember me by is the music I've done and all the work I've done, because like it's not a thing that's like I say a lot, but like I don't just do the music, as I do the producing, right? I do the mixing and mastering, and I have like side hustles that like I do that people don't know about. Like I actually film music videos as well, and we have our own music video company too, right? So, and there's so many other things that I do on the side, and I just want to be remembered as a kid who was like, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I like just a loser in high school. I just keep it up. Like I was just kid, loser in high school, and who is making something big of himself and has done the work to push himself. Like for example, there's another guy YouTuber that inspires me. I forgot to mention, is KSI. This guy is literally down bad, loser guy. He had nothing, and now he's like doing amazing things. And I just want people, when I'm not here no more, to remember that you can accomplish things if you genuinely work hard for it.
Yeah.
You can fail, keep pushing you down. As long as you just keep consistent with it, you can make it happen. But I'm telling you, do not be afraid of constructive criticism, because people will give you, because like you can be like, man, I'm working hard, but if you're dropping ass, no one is gonna want it. You know what I mean? So facts. Like be get your constructive criticism, take your advice anywhere you can get it. The OGs try to tell you something, listen to them, you know what I mean? If you don't agree with it, at least listen, because you can find some things in there that you can get to push yourself towards the future. So
You got to be open-minded.
the legacy of KGJ, that's the thing that I want to be remembered. Coming from just a loser in high school to someone who made something out of themselves. Get me?
Yeah, it's deep.
Definitely hear you,
That's
brother.
deep, that's deep.
Definitely hear you. You know, the word honorable wants to come out of my mouth right now. Like, you know, like you stand-up guy. You know what I mean? That's what I'm feeling literally right now. You know what I mean?
I really appreciate that.
Yo, like real talk. Like, if you could go back in time and talk to your 18-year-old self, you know, what advice would you give that person?
Damn, how deep can I go with this question?
For you,
Bro.
that's for you.
Yeah.
I know you talk to the youth right now, but for you,
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna keep it real. You know, I have to keep it real with y'all. So if I could go back and talk to 18-year-old me, I'd say, bro, like, it's gonna get better, because at that age, even though like I started, you know, taking the music serious, the mental health I had was like some of the worst it's ever been in my life. And considering that, there was a point in life I didn't even want to be here no more.
Yeah.
And I would tell
Speak
them,
on
like,
it.
I know it's hard. I know your mental health is the worst it's been. I know you're like, bro, it's not worth it. You don't even want to just be here no more. I tell them, like, yo, it is going to get better, because when you're in a moment, you don't think it's gonna get better. You think when you're, especially when shit is going wrong, you think, man, I'm just going through this shit. It's not gonna get better. You just being all negative. I just tell them, like, I know how you feel, bro. I know how you feel, because I went through it. But you know,
Yeah.
I'd say, like, it's gonna get better. Just focus on your shit. Focus on your grind. Trust in your dad to be there for you whenever you need it. Even if you think no one is there for you, you got people there. So that's what I tell them. You feel me?
Yeah. Take it a day at
That's
a time,
big.
right?
that's big.
Oh. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
I really like when you look at my Instagram, you see a lot of pics of Miami. I love being in Miami. It's like a really home environment to me, you know, especially considering I'm half Haitian.
So about affiliated. I knew you were going to talk about 1804, Haiti, Lil Zopal, you know.
So I'd say, you know, because like when I took my first trip to Haiti, well, actually my first trip, I was young, so I don't remember it.
Yeah.
When I took a trip as an adult to Haiti and I saw it there, I just loved it. You know, it's an amazing sceneries and all that. Like,
Beautiful island.
Yeah, if you haven't been to the Caribbean, you're missing out. You know, you know, you might think, and I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, bro. The shit that the TV and the news be pushing to y'all, making it look like it's some shitty grimy place, bro. Go there and then DM me, and then I'll reply to you, and I'll tell you, oh yeah, it wasn't grimy as those niggas were pushing in them commercials. No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place,
Yeah,
bro.
man. That's what's up, man.
You know, so yeah, I say, like, yeah, Miami, and then I'd want a house in Haiti too. You feel me?
that's what's
It'd
up.
be
You know,
dope. It'd be dope.
exactly. So yeah, that's some place that I'd enjoy to stay.
I could see you run some things down south, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely Miami, you know what I mean, coming in. But it's crazy. The world is a
Yeah.
big place, bro.
Yeah.
The world is a big place.
Definitely.
And Haiti is beautiful.
Also, oh yeah, condolences to everyone who got affected by the hurricane that happened in Florida. Like,
Yeah,
my
that's
heart goes out to
crazy.
everyone that it happened to. Honestly,
That was crazy.
like, I love that place so much, and to
Yeah.
see something like that happen is
Yeah, I have tons of
you know?
family in Florida, man.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, what do you want to achieve with your music?
Well, I say I want to have everyone hear the message that I want to push, right? Especially like in songs like Celebration. You know, I'm obviously gonna, you know, have my catchy tunes too, but the biggest thing that I really want to do is show what I can do, as in talent wise, because obviously I know I do the hip hop, doing a lot of hip hop and stuff, but like I can do many different things, right? I can actually like do every genre, and I've done every genre. It's music that isn't out there, but I'm hoping in the future that I will be able to show everything that I'll be able to do. You know,
Wow, that's amazing.
That's one thing. That's one thing that I really want to do in the future. You know,
You've done every genre.
like basically, yeah, I've done every genre because, like, bro, I have my own studio.
Right.
You know, I know how to produce my own beats, all that stuff. I know how to mix and record myself. So I have the opportunity. I'm blessed. I'm thankful, very thankful. I'm blessed for the position I'm able to be in. But yes, it's when you have that, you are able to test things. You know,
Yeah,
you're
you
able
can
to
express
do
yourself.
exactly right.
Yeah.
So I'm able to express in so many different things, and so that's what I'd say. I might, like, maybe in the far future, I might just drop like some album and every single song is just a complete different genre. You know,
Yeah.
that's something I might want to try one day in the future. So
It's a
y'all
cool
can
idea
look
for an
forward for that
album.
one day. You know,
Yeah, I've never
definitely.
seen that. That might be something.
It's
Yeah.
a cool
Might
idea.
have something. And where can we keep up to date with your music? You know what I mean? Like, where can we find out, you know, the latest drop, you know,
Yeah.
you know, on KGJ? And what should we be on the lookout for?
I'd say you can literally just follow my Instagram, KGJAY, right? And if you like, that's where you can see all like the updates on what I'm doing, right? I see a lot of story posts. You know, you can keep up to date with me and there, right? That's the social. And then you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, which you just search KGJ on YouTube. You'll find it there. And if you don't want to do all that, then set an alarm and say search up KGJ like every month, so then you'll see what I have. Because actually, when I was young, I'd never followed or subscribed to no one. So I'd say, you know, just like set in your calendar. Oh, okay. Today I'm gonna search KGJ on YouTube or Google and stuff, and you'll find something
You'll
at
find
least
something
monthly.
new.
You know, so
Yeah.
that's what I'd say.
But I think it's easier just to subscribe.
It is easier just to do that. I'm easy. It's way easier just to do that. But if you literally, you're like, if you're being stubborn, I'm giving you another outlet at least. You feel me?
Y'all better subscribe now.
Yeah, but you still
Big
better
facts.
subscribe though. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's straight fit acts.
And that
Thanks
is
for coming,
straight
brother.
facts.
It was an honor.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, sir.